What was the failing?
Well, I would point to three and a half separate failures. One, the COVID crisis, and mind you, all of the words here need caveats. I do believe that there was a pathogen, SARS-CoV-2. I do not believe that we had anything that would, by the prior definition, be called a pandemic. I do not believe it was inherently an emergency. But nonetheless, these are the terms we use. The COVID pandemic was some kind of emergency. We were delivered something wrongly called vaccines. We were propagandized into avoiding off-patent drugs that really did work. And so, we made our situation vastly worse. We locked down, which injured people. We put masks on children, which literally disrupted their normal developmental processes. We kept vaccinating and revaccinating, which has created an entire landscape of adverse events and early deaths, which we are still not being honest about. So the three and a half realms are the origin of the virus, which is all but certain to have been laboratory and very probably the Wuhan Institute. But the Wuhan Institute isn't the Wuhan Institute of Virology. It's also connected to the NIH, Anthony Fauci. This enhancement, this gain of function research that was embarked upon was downstream of a weapons program. And
What's gain of function research?
gain of function research is where various techniques are employed to give a pathogen, in this case a virus, capabilities that it didn't otherwise have.
Okay.
So what I think happened in the origin of COVID, we can now tell a pretty good story. You have a vast network of laboratories working to find new pathogens that can be turned into weapons. What story they tell themselves about why we need these weapons, I don't know. But it is clear that if you are working to enhance human health, or you say you are, that you are allowed to enhance the lethality of germs as part of a dual-use program.
Uh,
So the excuse is, oh, we're working to prepare the world from a pandemic. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? That's what they tell us. It's not true. The likelihood of a pathogen leaping from nature to humans is actually quite remote for reasons that it took me a long time to realize, but I now get it loud and clear. Pathogens don't jump from animals to humans very easily because it's not an easy jump, right? They have to do two tricks, and they have to do it in rapid succession in order for it to work. The first trick is they have to actually infect a human being. The second trick is before that human being dies or gets better, they have to learn to jump to a second human being. That is not an easy trick. So what human beings have done is they have started accelerating that process in laboratories that are specifically attempting to create these highly pathogenic creatures that infect people for the purpose of creating weapons.